watching Thrifty Kaniffy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at a traveling knife. This one's sent along by Terrill Schneider. This is the Fox Nauta. And this is actually the German issue Navy knife. So this won the 2020 Knife News Award for the best slip joint of the year. And we have a list of who has participated in the traveling knife thus far. And it started out with J.O. Ventures Outdoors, went to Warthog, then on to Knife Lights, and then on to Tobias Gibson, better known as Knife Chats with Tobias. Then to Big J's Knives, and it was supposed to be sent to Boston Blades. Boston got it, but then I think he kind of balked on doing the review and then just send it straight on to me. So I'll be doing it and then sending it on to RJ, and then RJ's supposed to send it to Jersey Knife Guy, and then Jersey will return it back to Terrill Schneider. Well, we got a slip along with it that was made by J.O. Ventures Outdoors, and he seems to do all the slips for these traveling knives. Puts the little footprints on the back of it. You can see his mark there with U.S. flag, and just a mountain design on the front. This side stitch design with the fold on the side. And yeah, it fits in there pretty good. It's been formed. And yeah, of course, the lanyard works really well for pulling that out of there. But yeah, a really cool knife sent by Terrill. We'll take a closer look at this. Let's look at the packaging for a moment here. We've got Fox knives, with this Fox logo on here. Now, Fox Knives is out of Italy, and they make a lot of OEM knives. Not as many as their own branded knives, as probably so many of them are OEM'd, and they are made in Maniago. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Italy. Maniago, Italy, however it is you pronounce it. And there's the model number there, FX230MIMU. We got natural canvas micarta on it and a 420 stainless steel blade. So pretty cool, made in Italy. And we've got a look at that canvas micarta there, sort of a light brown color. Almost look like a wooden brown. Very light brown color on it. Got some good texturing on it. And you can see this is a modern folder. And we've got the hex screws holding that together on the handle. Then on this side for the pivot. Again, more Torx hardware holding it together. And very thick blade stock on this. It kind of stands out as being, something different you don't see on a slip joint generally of this size. Just the thickness of the blade stock, and it tapers off quite dramatically. We have sort of a lazy half stop here. It's not really probably intended to be a half stop so much as just the way the camtain works. And it snaps into position there. Pull on it is about a 5, but the spring tightness is probably a little more than that you would expect from a 5 pull. I'd say it's probably about a 6.5 once you get it into the full position. So does a good job of giving you confidence. Nice comfortable bow in the handle there, gives you a very comfortable grip. Get all 4 fingers on there, kind of put my thumb up on the spine of the blade, kind of the natural position to hold it. Now this knife, as I mentioned, it's the German Navy issue. It was made in 2020, so I don't know if that's still the case now, about 4 years later, but that's what you have in the paperwork here that was included with this from Knife News, and they say that this blade is actually based on the Bund German Navy knife. And I'll show you a picture of that now. And you can see the similarity in the blade shape of this old Bund Navy knife from Germany. And Fox, went through some of their old production in their warehouse when they were cleaning up and found some of these original blades on the Bund Navy knives, and so this is what it's based on. So you have the same sort of I don't know, drop point, spear point blade. A little bit of a combination there. I've even some sites are even calling this a sheep's foot, which I don't think is accurate. It's this is definitely sort of a drop point blade. It's not of usual shape. It's not a standard traditional style blade that you might find on older knives, but definitely much like, again, what they used on the original Bund German Navy knife. So that's what they based that on. And again, it's not really a full half stop there. It kind of just rests there as you're getting it across. Rather wide channel there because of the thickness of the blade. You do have some edginess on the interiors of the liners there. If it were my knife, I would, and you can hear that grabbing, I would roll these edges, but you know, I'll leave that to Terrill to do. It's his knife, not mine. But I think this is a really comfortable design. Be a little bit more comfortable if that were that rolled off a little bit. Kind of does grab your hand just slightly. I know Big J reviewed this knife and he didn't have any problem with it because his hands are calloused. But yeah, it could be a little more comfortable, I think. But the handle grip is pretty nice. And you get this nice stone-washed style flat grind on there. Really good edge on there. Let's test the blade sharpness to see where we're at. I think it's pretty darn sharp. Yeah, that's really good cutting edge on it. Let's take a closer look at that. There you go. There's one side. Looks pretty even. Little light up here. Very, very slight little change in the depth. Not too bad though. And if we turn it over here, pretty symmetrical, I'd say. Pretty even, both sides. So yeah, that gives you a nice cutting edge. A really attractive flat grind on there. You can see how much that tapers. You know, just the thickness of that on the flat grind. Got to taper quite a bit to go from that full thickness down to an edge. So maybe not the greatest slicer in the world. I would imagine it's a little bit thick behind the edge, just based on the fact that it's thick up here. But they do a good job of tapering that off, and you can see it cut quite well. So perhaps I'm wrong about that, but yeah, pretty cool knife. Pretty interesting that this is what they've issued to the German Navy. You can see this lanyard is a little bit worn here. I've actually cut a little piece of leather that I'm going to include in this Terrill, so that if you want to replace that with a little thicker stock of leather strap there, I'll definitely include that in the box, and you can do what you want with it. I'm just going to leave this alone, but just include a little bit of leather for you to put in there that'll fit through this lanyard hole, no problem. Just to give you something a little extra there. But pretty cool knife. And again, one from Fox. Been carrying a Fox myself, as a matter of fact. And I had having a fun time with my Fox knife here. Little sodbuster design. So yeah, Fox makes good stuff. Out of Italy again. Like I said, they OEM most of their knives. But this is actually a Fox branded knife. You can see there it says Fox rust free on the tang, and it's just plain on this side. But let's measure the length of the blade. It's not going to be a UK legal knife. It's over 3 inches, probably about 3 1/4 with the tang, and then you got a cutting edge under 3 inches, which is about just a little over 2 3/4 inches. But I do like the shape of the blade. Very interesting. I think that would be a very utilitarian style, and that's really, I can see that being a really useful knife for cutting rope and so forth, which you'd want on, you know, as a Navy knife. But you can see the way they've dropped the Mariner style on the Bund, the original Bund. They got rid of the, of course, Marlin spike on the back of it, and just made it a almost like a sod buster style, but a little larger style handle, and then put that unique blade on it. But cool knife. I'm glad Terry sent this along. These actually run about $53, $54, I want to say. Got 420 stainless steel, so, you know, probably not the greatest of steels, but if you're like a military collector and you want something that's a genuine issue, it's a real deal for the German Navy. So there's that. And again, you get pretty good quality blade stock on there. The stainless liners, the back of it, you know, very well done. No real major gaps or anything like that. So solidly built. And, you know, got the canvas micarta handles. Those are going to be really rugged and hold up to wet conditions and get dropped and heavy used. So I can see this being a really great work knife, or one that would work in the military, I think. So that's going to do it for my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. Thank you again to Terrill Schneider for sending this along. And this is on its way to you, RJ, next. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.